Haha! Hey, it's Chinbeard here, and I am back with another kit build. I'm still working on the steel axe kit from Vulpin Props, but I just dyed the handle on it, and while I was waiting for that to dry, I decided to do another kit build. This right here is the Assassin's Creed 3 Tomahawk. And this kit was made by my friend Lee over at Fev Studios at fevstudios.com, or Fev with an exclamation point on Facebook. And again, this is a kit that you can go buy from her website at Fev Studios. This was a super quick build. Some of the things that are really fantastic about it are the head of it is cold cast, so the finishing on that was really quick. And the handle bits, there are two pieces here, the top and the handle, were cast with a brown dye or a brown tint in them so that they already kind of look like wood, and it took a very tiny amount of finishing work to get it to this point. The first thing I did was just really start assembling the thing. The handle has a screw in it and a cavity for the screw to go in. It's not a screw-in fit, so I just dumped a bunch of epoxy in there and put the screw into it and held it there. It's a 5-minute epoxy, so I stood there for 5 minutes until it was dry. And then the cap got glued on, again with some more 5-minute epoxy. And that's it for assembly. The whole kit's put together there. The head of it is, like I said, cold cast, but I found that if I buffed it too hard with steel wool, it took most of the finish off. So I just went in with some of this Mother's aluminum polish that I like so much for my cold cast stuff, and polished it up a bit. I think it looks pretty good. After that, I guess it was just time to throw down some paint on it. This is part of what made this such a great and quick build. The handle bit has all of the grooves for the wood grain already put into it. So what I did was just brush on some brown and black mixed up acrylic paint there, and then wiped most of it off. The high spots retained that tinted plastic resin, and the low spots held onto that paint. I also went in with the sort of diamond shapes on the side there and did the same thing, this time with a little bit of like white and yellow and brown sort of mixed up highlight looking color there. And then the rest of the axe got just some quick dirtying up with a little bit of black and brown acrylic, just brushed it on, wiped it off, good to go. From there, I got some leather. This was just from a scrap bin, a piece of scrap leather that I cut into a sort of circular strip about 3/4 of an inch wide, and then tacked it down. I sanded the part of the resin handle that was going to get the handle wrapping glued onto it so that it would have something to grip onto, and then the leather grip just got tacked down. I kept wrapping it around with super glue until it was all on there. The rest of the leather bits on this axe were done with just some leather strip that I bought from a leather store in Seattle called McPherson's Leather, but a place called Tandy Leather might be more local to where you live. I got two different colors. I got a lighter and a darker and mixed it up a little bit. The leather bits were just super glued on. I didn't do any fancy knots or anything. I just tacked them down with a little bit of super glue. And then the last sort of leather bit around the base of the handle here got some beads from the craft store and a feather. Put a nice little feather on there. And all of that was just super glued in place. The last finishing touch were just these rivets here. These are decorative nails from the hardware store that I had laying around. Drilled a hole for them through the leather into the handle, and then just hammered them in place. And they don't really feel like they want to come out, so I don't think I need to glue them. That's it. That is the whole thing. This took me, I would say, about 3 hours, maybe? But super quick build. It looks absolutely fantastic. Lee really knocked it out of the park with this, and you can go get your own if you head on over to her website at fevstudios.com. This was just one day build, and we'll be finishing up this guy here pretty soon. So stay tuned, subscribe so you catch all that, and I will see you guys on my next project.